6 years on from when I first played To the Moon, and I still shed a tear as the game's impeccable final moments play out. It is one of my favourite story-driven experiences, and this console re-release, I played it back on mobile in 2019, just reminded me of how great a game it is. A story-driven game with light exploration elements and light puzzle solving. To the Moon comes from developer Freebird Games and tells an emotional, realistic and relatable tale. One that surrounds the character of Johnny, who is on his deathbed. Before he dies, he has one wish, and it is the job of Dr. Rosaline and Dr. Watts to make sure his wish comes true. Johnny wants to go to the moon. You might already be scratching your heads, but this is a world where a company, the one the two doctors work for, can give people a chance to live a different life, a chance to be anything they want to be, to change the past and experience a different set of events. To do this, they perform an operation that involves them going into the patient's memory, changing and adapting it to the person's wish. It's not an easy task, nor is it safe, so these operations are performed on those who are soon to die. So the last thing they remember is the life they wish they had. It is an incredible idea, one that sets the imagination aflame, but To the Moon keeps it simple, focusing on one character and his final wish, a wise decision that allows us to be immersed and invested in the character of Johnny. Which is odd, as he is in a coma and unlikely to ever wake up. No, the investment comes from being in his memories and seeing the events that made him the person he is today. No spoilers, but it is a lot to take in, and no amount of colourful imagery and comedic character interactions can change the emotional heft of it all. To the Moon is a phenomenal game that barely puts a foot wrong. It's not just the incredible story that is told, but the wonderful pixel-style visuals, amazing soundtrack, and interesting puzzle aspects. Moving through Johnny's memories is not as simple as walking down a corridor and opening a door. Each segment of his life must be bridged, often by finding important moments and using them in conjunction with an item that connects parts of his memories together. It is a really clever way to do it, as it is relatable. And memories are fragmented, but often it is certain items that trigger a trip into the past. Look around you right now. There is probably something nearby that links several memories in your life together. This interactivity is important for the game as there is a lot of narrative and not a lot of actual gameplay. Often it's just to move the characters to the next section of dialogue or to hit another story beat. This would be more of a problem, except you often are given a bit more freedom to walk around and explore should you choose to. Also, I have to remind you that the story is so gripping that I think most will be more than happy to move things on just to see, hear and feel what comes next. I keep coming back to the story because it is the reason to play To the Moon. I've given you an outline, but the depth in this tale is truly staggering. Even though it occasionally stumbles with some of its humour, it inevitably pays off your investment. I love it, I think you will too. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It does help us out. You can find us at gbhbl.com and across all social media platforms. And if you really want to give us a bit of extra support, please consider buying us a cup of coffee over on our coffee page. Thank you.